Hey there, if you're new around here, my name is Hannah Martin. And today we're going to be doing a stretch and strengthen tutorial. So we're going to focus on stretching every single part of your body, from your arms to your back to your legs, as well as strengthening all of those joints and those muscles, because I always think it's so important to do both together. There's no point having flexibility with no strength, and also as a dancer myself, there's no point to having any strength without flexibility. So I hope this tutorial really meshes them together. It's pretty light, so it's not anything too intense. It's low impact, so I hope that you guys will enjoy. This is also perfect to do before any dance class, any ballet class, or if you're just feeling like you want a lazy day but you want to move your body and do something. This is perfect for that. I cannot be responsible if anyone does get hurt during this tutorial, so please do be careful and listen to your body. Let's get straight to it.
Hey everyone, we're going to start with just some nice simple hamstring stretches just to ease out those muscles. So rolling through the spine all the way down, try and touch your toes. Don't worry if you're not able to touch the floor, touch your toes. Just hold it where it feels the stretch down the back of those legs, and holding for 10 seconds. Then we'll roll back up through the spine and repeat 3 more times. Each time you roll down, really think about breathing and releasing. You can always shake your neck side to side just to feel all the muscles releasing, all the tension in your spine, and rolling back up. You're going to repeat this 2 more times, each time thinking about trying to get lower into the stretch. On this last one, really push yourself to your maximum if you can, even trying to reach beyond your feet if your flexibility allows you to. And rolling back up through the spine, and we'll go down onto the floor for our next exercise. Still focusing on those hamstrings, we're going to reach our legs out in front of us, pointing your toes if you can, and breathing in, and as you breathe out, reach forwards into another hamstring stretch, which we're going to hold for 30 seconds. Keep breathing in and out, really reaching forwards over those legs, feeling your body relax. As much as you can tell your muscles to relax, the easier the stretch is going to be. So just allow yourself to really feel those muscles stretching, and make sure those knees are also straight, because they have a tendency to bend in this particular exercise. Good job. We're now going to do some tendus while sitting on the floor. So you're going to lift the leg, flex and point into turned out position. The aim of the game here is to not let your back move, so it's coming purely from the insides of those legs. Each time pointing and flexing, trying to reach a turned out first position almost in front of your sternum. Again, really try and keep that back right on top of your hips, so it's not leaning back each time you lift your legs. We'll be doing this for a minute. Great job. You should feel that would have worked your legs a little bit, as well as your core and your inside thighs and your feet. Now we're going to go back into a hamstring stretch for 30 seconds, this time with flexed toes, which if you're really flexing your feet, you're going to feel a slightly different stretch this time round. And again, really focusing on your breathing and allowing all the tension in your muscles to relax. Great job. We're now going to go onto our fronts and we're going to repeat a similar process. So like with the tendus to the back, you're going to lift, flex and point and lower. The most important thing to think about when you're doing this exercise is keeping your shoulders down, your neck long, and not letting your back collapse forwards as you lift that leg. Also, really be focused on keeping your knees straight and rotating through those legs so you're getting as much turnout as possible. It is a bit like doing a tendu on the floor, so this is great for preparing your ballet technique for when you're standing up. Again, we're doing a minute of this, so keep up the good work. This should really work your glutes and hamstrings, as well as your lower and upper back.
I'm caught in this moment. Hold on, don't let it slip away. Windows wide open.
Great job, everybody. We're now going to stretch our splits. So going into a lunge, we're just going to hold this position for 20 seconds, really focusing on square hips and keeping a good knee alignment at the front. Really feel the stretch in that hip flexor and those legs as you prepare yourself for the split stretch. Reversing the movement, once again stretching those hamstrings, we go back onto the other knee and feel the stretch along that hamstring.
This might sound crazy.
Now with two legs straight, we're going to hold it here for 20 seconds, once again feeling the hamstrings and the square hips. Really make sure those knees are super duper straight. And now we're going to return back into our deep lunge, but this time putting the elbows on the floor, so you're just giving your back and hip flexor one last stretch before we go into 1 minute of splits. Really focus on keeping those shoulders square and those hips square. Great job. Now let's slide into your split stretch, really focusing on square hips and pulling up through the core. We're going to hold it here for 1 minute.
Something that I can't ignore. It's everything I'm looking for right now. I feel so alive. Never felt so right. Feel so alive. I feel so alive.
Great job, everybody. Before we do the other side, we're going to kick in some abs here. So we're going to just do a 1 minute plank just to really feel that core engaging. So we're not just doing the stretches, but also doing strengthening. I like to mix things up to keep things a bit interesting, a stretch and a strength exercise. So really just enjoy the strength aspect after that nice long static stretch that we just had. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Great job. We're now going to repeat all the split stretches that we just did on the other side. So we're keeping things nice and even. Going into that nice long lunge, really extending the back of the knee if you can, and pulling up through the core. Great job. Hopefully now you're feeling nice and stretched on both sides. And we're going to repeat the 1 minute split on this left side. You're halfway there. Take a moment now just to check that your hips are nice and square, and also, if you can, push that little bit deeper into your stretch. Great job. We're now going to do 1 more minute of plank to really activate that core. Really thinking about not having a banana back, having a nice, strong, stable position throughout the whole minute. Keep breathing and try not to stop at all throughout the minute. Great work. You're doing absolutely amazing, so give yourself a pat on the back. We're now going to start working on our obliques and also stretching out our hips. So going into a nice straddle or box split, we're going to go lift our arms above our heads and slow releases to the side. This may look easy, but not only is it stretching us, it's also working our side oblique muscles. So really control the movement and don't just flop down. You can alternatively put your hands by your ears like this if you find the other one is slightly uncomfortable for your shoulders. Each time you can just touch your elbow on the other side of your knee. I personally like putting them above my head because I find it a little bit harder, so it's a little bit more strengthening. One other thing to think about during this exercise is super straight knees, so you're not allowing for any gaps underneath the knees to show.
Step by step and day
1. Great job. And as we're going with the trend of mixing strength with stretches, we're going to go into a nice Japana. So leaning forwards as far as you can go with keeping your knees facing the ceiling. We're going to hold this nice stretch for 30 seconds.
Wonder if I'm the one to blame. I'm hollow. There's nothing to these bones but the fear of the unknown that dwells inside.
Awesome stuff. We're now going to go into our full box split. I personally like going to a box split from the standing position because I think then you're a little bit more true to where you're at with your box split. It may be harder on your arms, especially if you're not down flat, but this is the way I think is most effective for getting your box split. So going down, I'm going to hold it here for a minute, and if you are flat down, I want you to focus on fishing your feet, so you're activating your perineal muscles for those nice lines for your ballet. If you are flat down and you fancy it, you can also stretch out your shoulders here. It's totally up to you. I'm just kind of working around. You can find a position that works and stretches those shoulder blades for you. I really find this stretch really nice, especially crossing the arms over.
The world is full of people just like me. Open up my eyes, I'm free. I was searching for something to change my mind, then I found you.
Great job, everybody. And now we're going to go focus back on our core. So lying on your back, just take a moment to find your neutral spine, and then we're going to do our oblique crunches. So touching one elbow to one knee, you're going to cross over and really engage those core muscles, and we'll do this exercise for 1 minute.
I'm lonely, but somehow I don't feel
Great job. Our next exercise is just going to be a slow lowering and lifting of the legs without letting the legs touch the floor. Really focus on extending the back of those knees. We're just going to do it for 20 seconds. You're doing great. This is the last bit of our tutorial where we're going to focus on our back and our arms. So just on all fours, we're going to curve the spine and then arch it for 30 seconds. I really want you to think actively about drawing your belly button to the floor and then the middle vertebrae of your spine up towards the ceiling. So it's a very active motion. For this next exercise, I want you to think about rippling through each and every vertebrae of the spine as you go through to a seal position and then back over your legs to the child's pose. So really think about going through each and every vertebrae. You're not leaving one untouched. We're going to do this for 30 seconds. And this wouldn't be a stretch and strengthen tutorial without a strength exercise. So lying on your tummy, we're going to do 1 minute of back arches, really focusing on engaging the lower and upper back as well as the glutes. I really want you to think about squeezing those legs straight and engaging your glute muscles, so everything is working during this exercise. You can also do it in turnout with your feet pointed if you're wanting to feel a little bit more in the ballet mood. Now that we've really activated those upper and lower back muscles, we're going to go down to the glutes and the hamstrings. So you're going to just lift your legs out and touch them in an à la seconde and then back into your first position. And you're going to do this for a minute as well. So we're isolating the two different muscle groups right down the back of your body. You've got 10 seconds left, keep pushing through. This is definitely one of the harder exercises, so you're doing great. 3, 2, 1, and finish. We're now going to just stretch out the back one more time, so lifting out into a swan arch. We're going to hold it here for 20 seconds. Really just go as far as you're able. Great job. Coming out of the stretch, we're gonna then stretch our back the other way because it's really important with your back and your spine. If you stretch it one way, to also stretch it on the reverse. So now we're doing child's pose where we're arching the back and we're holding it here for 20 seconds. We're then gonna repeat the swan arch one more time and the child's pose one more time.
Find someone to love like that, like that, like that. I like weekends, never leaving our bed. Office to the night ends, baby, we can sleep in. Late into the morning, kiss you on the cheek, and baby, that's a reflex. Oh, my life, I thought the love was just a lie, a way to feel an unrealistic high. We get our fix, but never satisfied. Give you all of my love and you give it right back. I could fly, I could fall, I know you got my back. Never thought I would find someone to love like that, like that, like that. I like that we laugh till we cry and keep our love intact. Take a ride, turn them back so we can save on gas. Never thought I would find someone to love like that, like that, like that. I like that.
Great job. Hopefully your back is feeling super duper stretched out both ways. We're going to finish with one final stretch in a butterfly position. So just pulling your knees, trying to get them down towards the floor. You can push them down with your hands if you want. If you want to get a friend along to help push your knees down to the floor, you totally can. This is just 1 minute just to allow yourself to breathe, and you can stretch out your neck like this if you like, or you can stretch out your shoulders and your arms. This is your opportunity to unwind from your workout.
See the light of the stars Hear the sound of the unseen in the empty fall. In the side.
Congratulations, you have officially finished your workout. Just ease out your muscles any way you feel like you need to, and then grab yourself a big glass of water.
Your feet to run again. May you wander.
Guys, I really hope you enjoyed that tutorial. If you did, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up because it helps me to keep creating more of them. And if you have something that you would like to see a tutorial on or a workout routine, please comment it down below because I love your input. I love hearing what you guys have to say. I also would highly recommend subscribing because we do all sorts of fun things on this channel, and you can also have a little insight into my journey as a ballet dancer with the Abdominal Ballet. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and dream big. Make it happen.